My name is Victoria Ferlauto. I'm the Executive Director of Counseling at NewBridge's Services. September is Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide happens approximately once every 11 minutes in this country. Just recently, a national hotline, instead of 911, there is now 988 to call for suicidal thoughts, any risk, danger that a person feels, or other mental health emergencies. And we encourage people to use that number whenever they feel they need it. Zero suicide is a national movement and has become international as well. Research is being done every day, and so NewBridge joined that movement and made the commitment to have this infused into every aspect of our organization, not just now, but for the long haul. We did not name it Zero Suicide. That is the name of the training that we all received. Approximately 2 years ago, NewBridge adopted the Zero Suicide Initiative because NewBridge values every single life. We can no longer accept that suicide is inevitable. The vast majority of people with suicidal thoughts, plans, ideas, preparation, give clear clues before they are ever at the point of acting on their thoughts. That doesn't mean everybody does, but there are risk factors that can be learned by families, people who love the person who is suffering and usually living in silence. And so what families can do is ask the question, are you thinking of killing yourself? And that question alone usually will yield an honest answer, because a person with suicidal thoughts has ambivalence about dying and does not want to die. They just want a way out of the pain. There are many signs to look for. A person who begins to isolate more, a person who might start to abuse substances more, a change in appearance or neglect of self-care, statements such as, people would be better off without me, what's the point of living, nobody loves me. But we can't forget about people who have sustained losses, normal losses, that all of us sustain. But when it's paired with a depression or an anxiety disorder, then there is more danger. And we need to ask, I can't emphasize that enough, that asking the question never puts the thought into somebody's mind about attempting suicide. It actually relieves the pressure when you do directly ask and then listen without judgment. 2 weeks ago in our access department, that's where people call for the first point of contact, the staff member who answered the phone just felt that there is something more wrong than what the caller was sharing, because the person was speaking in a whisper, as if the person is fearful and hiding. And because she listened to her own intuition as well as her clinical training, she was able to uncover that that person had been hearing voices telling the person to kill themselves, and it led to getting the person to safety. And another life was saved. Ironically, there is good news about suicide as well. It is starting to go downward in the last 2 years, even though I mentioned many of the risk factors, and that was not exhaustive. But there are things called protective factors that help shield against a person's risk of suicide. And to do that, it's about connectedness, being engaged in a job, school, being in loving relationships, whatever form that may take, feeling accepted, having spiritual beliefs that guard against death by suicide, paying attention to one's medical health. There are even a pet that you adore can be a protective factor in suicide prevention. If you or somebody you love is having suicidal thoughts, behaviors, or especially a plan to die by suicide, please call 988 immediately. If you are seeking help, though, for a mental health problem and would like to pursue treatment, please call our Access Department Monday through Friday at 973-316-9333. You will be listened to.